Hi guys, Michelle here. This is my wheelchair Betty, watching Rebelwheels NYC. Shout out to Cole, who had asked me this question. And talking about loving yourself, which I'm not really referring to masturbation, that's fine too. How do you love yourself when you have a disability? And I think it really, for me, it's something that I struggled with because society teaches you or kind of drills into you on a daily basis that you are not lovable. And then if you're not aware of that and mindful of that, that can like seep into you like a ninja, and then it becomes your truth, which I've kind of like talked about in other videos. And I think what it comes down to is just a matter of rejecting that and being like, well, that's society's view, but that's not the truth. I acknowledge that, but then I reject it, and I'm going to make my own truth. And also making peace with yourself and with your body. I mean, there are certain times where I'm like, my body's like, okay, I'll give you an example, and shit's gonna get personal, but it's a personal topic. Sometimes, as I mentioned in past videos, I am prone to being swollen. So while I'm actually kind of a very slim person when I'm not swollen, when I get very swollen, I get much bigger. And it really frustrates me. Not because I'm like, oh my god, to be fat is horrible. Fat is just another way to be. Fat, skinny, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it's just another way for a body to be. And beauty is a big ass room with room for everybody. So it's not about that. It's really, for me, it's about control. And also, I feel like, you know what? If I'm gonna be bigger, cake should be involved. I don't want to be eating like super healthy, which I do because my health responds better to that than otherwise. And then still be like getting bigger. It's like if I had like if I made out with a chocolate cake and I got bigger the next day, I'd be like, well, yeah, I've earned that. I've earned my biggerness. I've earned my new girth. And I'm cool with that because that was fucking worth it because chocolate cake. But if I didn't have the chocolate cake and then I still get like, really swollen, make peace with it because it's gonna happen whether I want to or not. You know what I mean? So you just gotta be like, fuck it. Because otherwise you're just gonna hate yourself, And instead of cursing it and I just work with it. I've learned to dress my body according to situations. I know how to dress my body when I'm not swollen, and I've learned how to dress my body in a way that I'm not only comfortable, but also that I feel very attractive when I am swollen. And that's really what it comes down to, is being okay with yourself. And I have to say that I'm always okay with myself. There are some days I struggle with it, as I think does everyone. I don't know if anyone's ever truly okay with themselves 24/7. I think it can be, maybe people are, I don't know. But for me, it's it's an ongoing process, and it requires maintenance, and maybe not needing to be so in control of things of my body, which is something I do struggle with because I am just so not in control a lot of times. So that's that, Cole. I hope that answered your question, and thank you for asking that question. And if anyone else watching this has any other questions, put them in the comments. You can find me on Tumblr, you can find me on Facebook, on Twitter. Definitely ask me questions, and if I'll answer them on the show. So that's it. That's what I do to make sure that I love myself, because not only that, like, life is short. And wouldn't it be a shame if like you get hit by a car later on today and your last day was spent not loving yourself? It just seems like a waste of a day. And also, I don't think that disability determines one's beauty or one's worth. And I know that's not what society believes, but like, fuck society. Because society believes a lot. At one point, society goes, you know what's totally okay? Slavery. That's society. Obviously, society is not always on the up and up on like what's a good idea and what's truth. So I think we kind of need to keep that in mind. Really, like, if you are a person who is part of an oppressed demographic, whether that's a person with a disability or if you're a person of color, whatever the case may be, really, by choosing to love yourself and to work on that in itself is an act of protest. So give yourself a hug, hug each other, and rise up, because fuck the system, man. Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day, people. Yeah.